made exactly this amount of money on YouTube in 30 days. Here's the exact amount of money I made on YouTube in 30 days. I started my YouTube channel in 2012, but then decided not to really post any new videos until 2020. Why did it take so long for me to get serious about it? Fair question. I think there were a few reasons. Reason number one, I was busy. That's legitimate. I've written 5 books since 2012. I was focused on other things. Number two, I was lazy. I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but not creating things is way less exhausting than actually creating them. It just is. Plus, Netflix has so much stuff. Have you seen Netflix? It's so full. Number three, I was afraid. Sometimes when people ask me what software I use to write my books, they're disappointed with my answer. They're hoping I have some cutting edge dark web software that no one has heard of that makes writing a lot easier. I don't. I use Word. It's by this company, Microsoft. Been pretty successful product. It's weird that you haven't heard of it. I'm a simple guy, and I was flat out intimidated by the complexity of YouTube. Words like buffering and camera settings and algorithm just terrified me. That's the truth. And number four, I wasn't sure that video mattered. Maybe, I don't know, maybe people would get into telegrams again. I'm not a futurist. For all I know, long form handwritten communication is going to be the wave of the future. Maybe stamps will make a gigantic comeback. I can't even say that with a straight face. But those are the reasons I didn't make a bunch of videos. Given all of those reasons, and let's be honest, excuses, why did I jump back onto YouTube and commit to creating a bunch of brand new content? Why did I do it? 2 words: unprecedented times. Have you heard those words? Are you tired of that phrase yet? Unprecedented times. Someone sent me an email the other day, and I swear to you, it included the phrase, "in these infectious times." Grossest email opener ever. I do 3 things for my career. I do 3 very specific things. I speak at live events, I write books, and I consult with clients. Can you guess which leg of that stool got completely knocked out from under me? Outside of my control. Completely outside of my control. That's right. Live events. That part of my career is on pause. So I realized quickly, I better find a few other ways to support my family and my Lego habit. It's always in that order, by the way. Don't let my wife tell you differently. It's always family first and then Lego. That's how it always goes. I mean, look at this one. What? Look how big it is. I'm like Rick Ross. I woke up in a new Bugatti. So I started doing virtual events. I started doing Zoom pop-ins for teams in addition to big virtual events for companies all over the world. I also started exploring YouTube. I point down, like YouTube, it's right here. I was curious, could you make a living off of YouTube without being a kid who does unboxing videos of toys? When I saw that there were kids making millions of dollars playing with toys on YouTube, I immediately grounded my own kids for being so lazy. I was just so disappointed in them as a dad. I hope they don't see this because they're going to have to go to counseling. So how much money did I make in 30 days of YouTube? I made $469.91. Here's a screenshot from my app that shows my revenue. First things first, $469.91 is awesome. Making money versus not making money is always the best. I am thrilled that I made $469.91 from a channel that was largely dormant for 8 years. But let's break that down a little bit, shall we? $469.91 sounds great until you factor in the expenses and the time. I created 65 videos in order to make that money. As many of you know, YouTube requires you to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watched hours of content before you can monetize your channel. That means people have to watch 4,000 hours of your content in a calendar year, 365 days, in order for you to make $1. I posted my first new video on March 23rd, and I made my first $5 on June 18th, which means it took me 11 weeks of videos to get to money. That's actually pretty fast, which brings us to our first caveat, or our biggest caveat. I have an existing audience on other platforms. Pretending otherwise is like calling Kylie Jenner or Kendall Jenner, whichever Jenner is the self-made billionaire. Did she work incredibly hard? Of course she did. Did having access to millions of fans, a family worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and a TV audience make selling makeup easier? Of course it did. We are so in love in our culture with the myth of self-made, which is a topic for another video. My road to getting 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watchable hours was faster because I have Instagram followers, Twitter followers, and an email list. But I will say that when I started on Twitter 12 years ago, I had the same number of followers as you do right now on other channels. 0. Here's my very first tweet. Wow. Is that amazing? So wise, so viral, so brilliant. You can really see the makings of an empire in that missive. Oh, what a genius. I was just a dude sitting in a cubicle writing functional copy for Autotrader.com in 2008 when I started to kind of figure out social media, when I started to get involved, when I started to get curious. I 100% believe you can build something awesome over time if you'll put in the work. That's what I believe. Now, each video takes me about 90 minutes to make. That means it took me 97.5 hours to make $469.91. That breaks down to $4.81 an hour. The minimum wage where I live in Nashville is $7.25 per hour. I made a lot less per hour than minimum wage, but that's not even the whole story. I invested $1,000 in editing, ring lights, and microphones. You think my skin glows like this naturally? It doesn't. I mean, look at those pores. This is a ring light. A ring light. I don't know why I said it like that, but I'm excited about ring lights. The editor I work with, I would pay over and over and over. He's been a godsend. I'll drop his website in the description because if you're even a little bit interested in building your YouTube channel, talk to Chris Zimmerman. I can't say that enough. So I made $469.91. I invested 97.5 hours of my own time, and I spent $1,000. That means I cleared negative $530.09. Here's the real answer to how much money did I make on my YouTube channel in 30 days. Negative $530.09. That's how much is in this jar. Actually, that's a bad example because I could probably sell this jar for 50 cents to like somebody who wanted to can yams or something, which means even empty, it's worth a lot more than negative $530. But here's the thing. Here's what you need to know. I love YouTube. I don't care about that number. I didn't get into YouTube because I thought, this will be a fast way to replace income that I lost this year. Like it will be. All the income I lost because of these infectious times. I got into YouTube because I wanted to explore a new medium, serve a new audience, and practice my public speaking to get better on video. And that's been a completely unexpected benefit. Virtual speaking, like clients that I've talked to have said to me, I seem comfortable on camera and I have a great connection with the audience, even though I can't see them, and I seem really tall. They've said two of those things are true statements. The reason why is simple. I practice 65 different YouTube videos. Each video I make makes me better at virtual presentations. If you want to book me, the link is in the description. That description is jam-packed with helpful things. A year from now, I'll make another video called How Much Money Did I Make in a Year on YouTube? And I guarantee that one will be different. It'll take a bigger jar. So, if you're curious about YouTube, here are my 3 things I've learned in the last 5 months. Just 3 things. Number 1, the commenters are nicer than you've heard. I think they are. I keep hearing that you guys are monsters and it's going to be terrible. YouTube comments, but that hasn't been my experience. Maybe if I did serious videos about serious topics like which was the best Star Wars movie, trolls would show up to destroy my comments. But so far, the feedback's been really encouraging and really helpful and really civil. So thank you. Number 2, you can make money on YouTube, but it's not instant. YouTube, like every other form of money making, every other form in the world, takes time. You've got to put in work. Number 3, save up and hire a good editor as fast as you can. This one reminds me of building a personal brand. People often ask me, okay, Jon, if you only had $1,000 or $100 to invest, if If you're starting from scratch, where would you invest it to build a personal brand? And I always say email. Build your email list. If I had $100, that's where I'd spend it. It's the same with YouTube. If I had $100 to spend, I would spend it on a great editor. Unless you like to edit and you're fantastic at it. I am not. Let me know if you have any questions about anything I covered today in the comments. I don't know much about YouTube. I'm such an amateur, but I've learned a few things, and if there's any way I can help, I am all ears. I am game. And if you're working on a side hustle or doing any freelance, or if you're an entrepreneur, you should watch the 3 words to say when somebody asks you to work for free. Every entrepreneur in the world needs to know those 3 words. That's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hit the bell, please subscribe, and I really appreciate you liking the stuff I'm creating. I'll keep making it if you keep watching.